A taxi driver in Bali opens his trunk after waiting 2 hours for passengers who never returned. Inside, a blood-soaked suitcase. He drives straight to police. They unzip it. What they find? A dead woman stuffed inside, wrapped in hotel sheets. Her daughter did this, and she thought a luxury vacation was the perfect cover. Meet Heather Mack, 18 years old, living in Chicago with their mother. Their relationship? Absolute war zone. Heather doesn't just argue with her mom. She hits her, steals from her, breaks her bones. Police have been called to their house over 80 times. 80. Then Heather starts dating Tommy. He's 21, unemployed, calls himself a rapper. Mom takes one look at this guy and knows. Bad news. But Heather's obsessed, starts skipping school, running away. Mom keeps calling the police, but nothing works. Desperate, Mom even sells their mansion and moves to a condo across town, hoping distance will end the relationship. It doesn't. The fights escalate. Heather smashing furniture, screaming death threats. Finally, she runs away for good, drops out of school completely to be with Tommy. And there's nothing Mom can do. Heather's 18 now, legally an adult. Then Heather discovers she's pregnant. Plot twist? This is her third pregnancy. Mom forced her to get abortions the first 2 times. This time, same story. Mom absolutely does not want Heather having this baby. But Heather refuses, and that's when Heather and Tommy hatched their plan. Kill Mom, inherit $1.5 million. Despite everything, Mom still wants to fix their relationship, so she books a mother-daughter vacation to Bali. Luxury resort, first-class flights, the whole dream trip. They arrive in paradise, check into their suite. But paradise doesn't last. They start fighting again almost immediately. Mom gets drunk, falls, breaks her ankle. Now she's bedridden on painkillers. And while Mom's knocked out cold, Heather steals her credit card, books Tommy a $12,000 first-class ticket to Bali. A day later, Tommy arrives, checks into the same hotel. He and Heather sneak off to the beach at 3 a.m. Mom wakes up. Heather's gone. She limps down to the lobby, asks the receptionist where her daughter is. That's when she discovers someone used her card to book a second room, Tommy's room. Mom is furious. When Heather and Tommy return from the beach, Mom's waiting. Massive confrontation. Mom refuses to pay for Tommy's room and threatens to press credit card fraud charges when they get back to Chicago. Everyone returns to their rooms, but Heather and Tommy are texting frantically. It's time. Tommy spots a metal fruit bowl in his room. Heavy, solid, perfect weapon. Later that night, Mom falls asleep. Heather sneaks Tommy into their suite. He hides in the bathroom, waiting. When the moment's right, he creeps out, approaches the bed. Then, crack! He slams the fruit bowl into her head. Again, again, again. Mom dies. They wrap her body in hotel sheets and duct tape, somehow cram her entire corpse into a suitcase. Then they have sex, because apparently murder gets them going. Next morning, checkout time. Tommy and Heather load all their luggage, including the suitcase with Mom inside, and walk to the hotel entrance. They hail a taxi, load the body suitcase into the trunk, tell the driver to wait while they go check out. Inside, they tell the receptionist Mom will come down later to pay. But there's a problem. Mom had locked both passports in the hotel safe, left instructions that only she could access it. They're stuck. Can't leave the country without Heather's passport. So they panic, sneak out the back exit, hail a different taxi, head to the airport. At immigration, they claim they lost their passports. Officers can't help them. Third taxi, different hotel. They're scrambling now. Meanwhile, remember that first taxi driver, the one they told to wait? He's still waiting. 2 full hours pass before he realizes they're not coming back. He opens the trunk to remove their luggage. That's when he sees it. a massive blood stain on the suitcase, and the smell. He drives straight to police, hands over the suitcase. They unzip it. What they find? A dead woman stuffed inside, wrapped in hotel sheets. Police track Heather and Tommy to their new hotel. Arrested, both of them, handcuffed together, and Heather is visibly pregnant in the arrest photos. The verdict? Heather gets 10 years in a Bali prison. In Indonesia, she's allowed to keep her baby with her behind bars. Tommy gets 18 years. 6 years later, Heather's released for good behavior. But the story doesn't end there. She's extradited back to Chicago, faces American justice, sentenced to 26 more years in a U.S. prison. And in the U.S., she doesn't get to keep her child. Heather Mack murdered her mother on a luxury vacation and stuffed her in a suitcase, all for money she never got and a relationship that wasn't worth it. Now she's serving 26 years. Her son's growing up without her, and her mother never made it home from Bali.